And we are now in record mode. And I'm going to hit present on my side. And I'm going to welcome everyone to the KGX presentation for September the 4th, 2018. And my name is Krypto Kris, and I have my co-host, Mr. Krypto Joe. Say hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, buddy. It's good to have you, brother. I really appreciate you coming on. We want to thank everybody, first and foremost, from around the globe that are joining us today. Whether this is your morning, your afternoon, or your evening, we welcome you to the information from KGX. So thank the person that sent you here. Give them a good warm hug and a kiss when you see them next time, because you are going to love the information we're about to give. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of my backstory. My name is Chris Hanks, and I'm affectionately known in the crypto world as Krypto Kris. And I just want to say that this ride has been like riding a bronco bull, okay? This thing has been crazy from the start. Just to give you guys a little bit of info on me, for those that don't know me, I've been in and out of the direct sales, network marketing, and MLM businesses for the last 28 years. I retired for the second time about 5-6 years ago, and I was very happy at home, getting up when I wanted to, going to bed when I wanted to, eating when I wanted to, traveling when I wanted to, and just basically doing what I wanted to do. Do you get that whole concept of me doing what I wanted to do? So, you know, a friend of mine called, and this would be about 5 years ago. A friend of mine called, and no, I lied. It'd be 6 years ago now. I apologize. I'm going on record to say I'm getting old and I can't keep up with dates. I apologize. So she called and she said, "Hey, Chris, I want to talk to you about your mom." I was taking care of my mom at the time. She had small cell lung cancer, and I had moved to Virginia from Florida to take care of her. And she asked me how she was doing and checked in with me a little bit, you know, and after about 30, 45 minutes worth of conversation, she says, "Hey, before I go, I got one thing I want to ask you to do." So what's that? She said, "I want you to buy a Bitcoin." I said, "A what?" She said, "A Bitcoin." I said, "What in the bleep is that?" And she says, "What it is really immaterial. What you need to know is I want you to buy it, and it's $23. And I said, "You know what? I just can't think about anything right now. My mom is really sick, and I'm trying to get her through to, you know, to her transition, and I'll get back with you when things are clear." She was a good friend. She never brought it up again. And I can tell you that I did not buy the $23 Bitcoin. Additionally, I can tell you, had I bought that $23 Bitcoin, I probably would have thrown about $500 at it. And you and I would be having a very different conversation today. So that is kind of what happened 6 years ago. Now, fast forward 5 years, and the universe laughs at me because I have now took care of my mom, my dad, settled their estate, took care of my mother-in-law, settled her estate, took care of my grandmother, who was 93, and settled her estate. And now I'm just basking in the glow of being completed on my home renovation, because we bought ourselves a little small farm beach cottage. And I know those are oxymorons, but that's exactly what we bought. And we kind of gutted it and redid it, and we're just enjoying life. I'm telling you, life is good. We sit out on the lanai, we watch the birds play, we hear them sing, and we are happy, okay? When I say happy, we were wealthy. We were very wealthy. I wouldn't call us rich. I would call us fortunate. But we were very wealthy in the fact that our time was our own, our lives were our own, and we were able to come and go as we please. Now, as I said, the universe laughed. And this time when the universe laughed, it dropped a 7-year-old special needs little boy in my lap and said, "You're going to raise this kid." Now, I'm 48. This was not in the plan, okay? So I'm looking at this child going, "Oh, boy, really?" But I knew without even thinking about it really hard that we were this child's only chance in life. And you've probably been in that situation yourself. So I picked up that phone and I called my friend that had told me about that $23 Bitcoin, and I'm all excited. And the reason that I did this was because I didn't want to go back to work, okay? The bottom of my resume, it says does not play well with others, and what that really translates to is does not take instruction from others very well, ha ha. So I couldn't fathom the thought of an alarm clock waking me up, of me being told when to be at work, me being told when to take my lunch, me being told when to take a break, me being told when I can go home after I was already supposed to be at home, right? So all of these things were things I didn't want to do. I called my friend. I said, hey, guess what? I want to buy one of those $23 Bitcoins. And she laughed her bleep off, right? And what she did was she laughed until she stopped laughing, and she said, you know, Kris, there aren't any $23 Bitcoins. And I was like, really? How much are they now? She's $18.50. I'm like, what? $18.50? She's like, no, $1,850. I was like, oh, no way.
No.
For real? Snap. She's like, yeah, you should have bought them when I told you. I was like, yeah, you're right. I should have, but I couldn't because I wasn't where I needed to be. And that's the important thing about this presentation, ladies and gentlemen, is it's going to meet you where you are, okay? And so I bought that first Bitcoin, and I took my first step into the Bitcoin revolution. I have been riding that bull ever since, and it has tried to throw me off a couple different times. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can say that I've made a whole lot more money than I've lost in Bitcoin, and I will share with you for complete transparency. Right now, I have about 7.5 Bitcoin locked up in Bitcoin hell, or Bitcoin jail, whichever you prefer to call it. And who knows if I'll ever get that back. And, you know, when I lost that, we were at an all-time high of somewhere between $18,000 and $20,000 per coin. So that hurt just a little bit. I'm over it now. I've still got the bruises to show that I've lived that rough life. But
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And, what I really want to convey here is that had I had exactly what I'm about to share with you right now with the help of Joe, if I'd had that, that wouldn't have happened, at least to the magnitude that it happened. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in here. Hey, Joe, would you give these kind people just a little bit of education on Bitcoin for me, please?
Well, I sure will.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. In 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto, he created Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? It's the world's first global decentralized cryptocurrency. In 2009, Bitcoin's value was less than 1 penny. In 2010, Bitcoin's valued at 40 cents. Okay, now let's skip ahead to 2016. Bitcoin's valued right around $600. Okay, now 2018, Bitcoin, which is right now, Bitcoin fluctuates a little bit, but right now, I think I looked earlier, it's about $7,300. So what's all that say? What that says is if you'd have invested $100 in Bitcoin back in 2009, it'd be worth about $1.5 million right now. That's a pretty decent return.
That's a totally different conversation, brother.
Totally different.
So what I want everybody to do right now is kind of look at this slide. And I want you to get warm and fuzzy with it. And I don't really care if you pay too much attention to these top 3 guys, because at the end of the day, we already know who these fellas are, and they're already mega wealthy. And so what we want to talk about is your wealth today, not theirs, okay? So I want you to look at the bottom left-hand corner, and I want you to get that name, Uber, okay? Uber. It doesn't even sound good. When I first heard of it, I was like, what is that, right? Okay, well, it happens to be the largest transportation company in the world, and they do not own the first vehicle. They have no oil changes. They have no tire changes. They have no insurance to pay. All they have is cars, transportation that somebody else is paying for. That's incredible, y'all. That's incredible.
That is.
Look at this one in the middle. Guess what that is? That's Amazon. Amazon started out as a used bookstore, ladies and gentlemen. Not even a real business, right? It was just something to do online. Used books, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Now it's the world's largest retail chain in the world, and they don't have any stores.
Nope.
Amazing.
That
Amazing. Now, are we starting to see a trend here? Let's talk about this last one over here on the right. Bitcoin. Bitcoin started out at about 8/100th of a cent and has shot up in 2018 to about 9,000, and last year hit an all-time high of $20,000 per coin. Now, they don't have what? Any physical stores. Are we beginning to see a commonality here, a common trait here? All of this stuff is online, y'all. All of it. Every single bit of it is online. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
What do you know, man?
You know, Kris, since we're talking about this, I know it's no fun being on the outside looking in. It's just not.
Well, you know what, Joe? I know this about you, and I'm going to share it with these fine people on this call today. I know that you literally kicked this door in.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Oh, I definitely kicked it in.
You kicked this door in. But what I'm here to tell you is Kryptogenics found a much easier way. Okay. They got the big key to the lock on this door, and they're going to share Bitcoin education with the world.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
Sir. So, Joe, what is a Bitcoin?
Well, a Bitcoin, it is digital decentralized currency.
Absolutely.
Can I shorten that for you, though?
Yes, please.
It's money, Kris.
Cool.
That's what it is.
To ask you what that was.
Money. It's money for all practical purposes. It's money.
Right. Money. Is it real?
Oh, of course it's real, Kris. You know, over in Japan, you ever heard of that place?
Yes, sir.
You know, they're pretty tech savvy on stuff, you know, and they're way up on stuff. And this is pretty much all the major Asian world, but Japan specifically, and this was about 6 months ago that I got this information. 40% of their retail transactions were in Bitcoin.
40%?
Now they're adding other cryptocurrencies. 40%. Now, and this information is about 6 months old. I need to do some research. I would imagine it's more than that now. You know, over there in Australia, you know, down under,
yeah,
you can pay your utilities in Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You know, have you ever heard of Dish? What is it? Dish Network?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know that you can pay your Dish Network bill in Bitcoin?
Really?
Yes, you can.
So I guess really I'm just too late for this.
No, not at all. No. What we're doing is we're experiencing mass adoption right now. And we're in the beginning stages of that, Kris. So you're not too late at all. You're kind of positioned right in the right time. And the reason that is because, you know, the world's starting to learn about it. And I'm going to give you an opportunity here with Kryptogenics to learn even more and to be ahead of the curve.
Wow. Okay. So if I'm not too late and it's real and you've told me that it's new money, how do I buy it?
Oh, Kris, there's several ways. Used to it was a little more difficult. You had to go, let's say, maybe Coinbase and set up an account there in a wallet and buy it through there, and you know, wait 7 or 8 days for your bank account to link to it and things like that. But now you can buy it right on your phone with a couple real simple little apps. They're free, and you can immediately turn your US dollar into Bitcoin.
For real?
For real. You can also go to ATMs.
Okay. Well, here's the thing that I really would like to know. You know, all that other information is great.
Yeah.
But how do I spend this stuff?
Hey, Kris, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever had a credit card?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know what a credit card is?
Yes, sir.
You know how easy it is to use a credit card?
I do.
You know how much little space it takes up in your wallet, right?
Yeah, it's thin, it's flat.
Yeah, you just gotta slip it. Yeah, this is what you can do. And I'm gonna show you something too.
Okay.
See this right here?
Okay.
That credit card right there is full of Bitcoin.
Wow.
I can use it anywhere. I use a Visa anywhere in the world.
So anywhere the Visa logo is taken, you can spend Bitcoin.
Yeah, and Kris, you don't have to go with just one credit card provider or just this one card that I have. There's several. I mean, there's so many options, and we're getting new options every day. That's what I'm saying, Kris. This thing's growing.
Wow.
It's bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's becoming so easy. It's amazing.
Great information. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kryptogenics, the global training center that's going to take Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, ICO, market trends, the blockchain, and so much more education to the world. We're going to take it to the globe, and you are going to be glad that you're where you are at the moment.
That's right.
So, Joe, tell me a little bit about how this training is going to be done.
Well, Kris, here at Kryptogenics, we're going to do all the training by streaming video, kind of like what we're doing right now, and audio also. And what you're going to learn, Kris, is you're going to learn how to buy your first Satoshi. You know, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Then we're going to teach you how to store your Bitcoin safely in crypto wallets, which is a little bit different than the wallet you set on in your pocket. It's online, or you can use a hard wallet, but we're going to teach you all about that. We'll get to that in a second.
Not the one that's in my back pocket then.
No, not the same wallet at all. But now you can put that credit card that you can spend your Bitcoin in that wallet. Okay.
Cool.
Now, we're going to teach you how to buy and sell the Bitcoin, so you can use it and hold it. We're going to teach you about blockchain technology, and that's the real exciting part here, Chris. That's what's driving all this. That's what's driving all this change in the world. And like I said, we're going to teach you about that too. And you're going to learn how to trade cryptocurrencies and how these things called ICOs work. And, Chris, we're going to teach you a lot more.
Wow. That sounds like a whole lot of information, Joe. I'm not really sure I can get it all, but you said something about blockchain. I thought this was Bitcoin.
Well, okay, blockchain and Bitcoin is built on a blockchain. And what blockchain is, let's just say it's kind of the security measure to keep everything really, really safe. And it's a way to kind of store all this information so people can't get to it and steal it from you.
So it's that blockchain thing is on the internet, is that right?
Do what now?
That blockchain thing is on the internet, is that right?
Oh, of course it is. Yes, it is. And actually what blockchain is kind of doing, in a way, is it's replacing the internet. And you're building all these internet businesses now with blockchain. It's added security. And it builds a ledger where everything's recorded. It's too much to explain right now, Chris, but, through this training, you can definitely learn how.
That sounds amazing. Hey, one other question, real quick.
What is it?
I don't think I know what a Satoshi is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I kind of, I talk fast, and I kind of ran right through that. What a Satoshi is the smallest part of a Bitcoin. So let's say, like I said earlier, Bitcoins are worth, as we speak right now, probably about $7,300 something. Okay, that's for one Bitcoin.
Okay, so I got to buy the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a whole Bitcoin. That's $7,000. Okay.
Okay.
You go, well, I don't have $7,000. That's okay, because you don't need it, Chris. You can buy Satoshis, and a Satoshi is a portion of a Bitcoin. So you could buy $10 in Bitcoin right now. You just buy Satoshis. It's like pennies to the dollar, let's say, but it's even less. It's 8 decimal points back.
Oh wow!
You starts at. So that's you can get real small amounts. And Chris, since we're talking about all this stuff, what we really do here at Kryptogenics is we have a crypto training package. We're an education company, and we have 45 lessons in total. Okay, they're broke down into 3 different modules, 15 lessons apiece. You're going to start out with Bitcoin 101, and what we're going to do there is teach you about Satoshis.
Okay,
tell you how it all started, just the real basics, kind of not elementary school, but kind of like junior high when you start getting into really learning about English and math and things like that.
Okay.
And after we teach you that, we got 15 more lessons and we're just calling those cryptocurrency. And that's more of your high school level classes. And so you're going, okay, now I know how to really buy this stuff and where to use it, how to use it, and what all kind of goes along with everything. Then we're going to go 15 more lessons. That's our 3rd module. And that's Crypto Advanced, Chris. And that's our college level course, I'd say. And that's going to teach you about ICOs and how to, read all the market trends and how trading works and all the real neat aspects to it, and includes a lot of more information about your actual blockchain technology and what that really is.
Wow. That's a lot of information. I bet you I'm going to be really smart when I finish that.
You are, Chris. You're going to know more than probably 85 to 90% of the planet. Okay.
Wow. So is that the end of it now?
Do what?
Is that the end of it or what?
No, that's what I was going to tell you, Chris. I know you're excited. That's not the end of it. It keeps going on.
Oh.
We're going to keep coming out with videos every month to teach you the new things. Because remember, at this point, you'll know 85% more, or no more than 85% of the population in the world, let's say.
Oh, okay.
So it's still growing. We're still changing. It changes every day. So we want to keep you updated.
Absolutely. So Joe, with just one click, you can change and enter the Bitcoin world today.
Of course you can.
It's going to cost you $250, and that's for the education course. Now, I say only going to cost you $250 because you can't buy a college course for that. You
can't buy the books, Chris.
It's crazy. So what I want you to understand today, Joe, is that you can not only have that, right, the education course for $250, but you can put the sprinkles on it if you want to, and you can earn while you learn by paying $50 admin fee, and that's paid every year in BTC. And what that allows you to do is become a crypto promoter.
That's interesting, Kris. I got one question for you here, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
What is BTC?
BTC is Bitcoin. That's the abbreviation, and you'll be hearing a lot of that.
Oh, okay. You're probably going to teach me about abbreviations in that training class.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
All right. So this is kind of what it looks like, and this is the gist of what's going on here. Okay. Mm-hmm. And notice when you send someone to your KGX site, it's going to boldly brand KGX. It's going to let them know that they're in the right place. It's also going to let them know that they're on your site. Your name is going to be there. Okay. It's going to also, right there. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Your name is going to be on there. And so it's going to tell them just a little bit about Kryptogenics. It's going to tell them a little bit about the program and the promotion plan. But more importantly, more than any other thing that's on this particular slide, is that the presentation is available in 30 different languages.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a lot of languages.
You know, they said earlier in the presentation they were going to teach the world Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain, and all that other stuff. They really mean it, because what they did was they hired 60 different translators, and they had all of this stuff translated into the languages. So it's in their dialect and it's in their slang, so that the meaning gets across to each person.
Hey, Kris, wait. So they hired 60 translators for 30 languages?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they just use Google Translate?
Because a whole lot of stuff gets lost in the translation.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. So you're talking to people in their dialect, their language.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, Joe, remember I talked to you a little bit about putting the sprinkles on and being a promoter?
Well, yeah, it sure did.
Earning while you learn.
$50 admin fee. Okay. Yeah.
Earning while you learn. So we've got 4 ways at Kryptogenics I'm going to talk to you about right now. That's the direct referral bonus and the customer acquisition bonus, okay? And those first 2, you qualify straight out the gate. So as soon as you sign up with Kryptogenics, you're qualified to earn in those 2 categories. Now, it does take a little bit more to earn in this thing called the Kryptonary. You're probably wondering what it is, right? The Kryptonary.
Yeah, I don't know that word.
Well, it's a good thing you don't know it, because guess what? We made it up. Okay.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Kryptonary, basically what a Kryptonary is, Joe, if you'll take your right hand and put your index finger up, take your left hand, put your index finger up, and look at those 2 fingers, you're building 2 teams, one on the right, one on the left. And once you do that, you're qualified for life.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'm qualified for life by just getting Bobby and Susie?
Yes, sir.
Now, I probably got to get them to sign up for the promoter thing, right?
No, sir.
Wait, I can just sign them up as customers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I like that.
Yep. And guess what else?
What?
The same qualifications for the Kryptonary.
Yeah.
The same for the matching bonus. That's pretty cool, right?
That's right. Wait, so I'm qualified for all these. So the first 2 things, the direct referral and the customer acquisition bonus, there's no qualifications for those.
Correct.
And then to qualify for the Kryptonary, and it says the Kryptonary matching bonuses, I just have Bobby and Susie.
Correct.
So I'm done.
Yes, sir.
Now, does that qualify me for like a month or 2 or?
Nope. That's qualified for life, brother.
Awesome.
All
right.
Now, Joe, we have something in Kryptogenics called a direct referral bonus. You and I were just talking about it. This is what it looks like, okay? What it actually is 40% of the $250 that you collect comes back to you, and that looks like a $100 bill. What do you think?
Hey, I like that. I like them $100 bills.
Well, they're not going to send you a $100 bill. They're not going to write you a check for it either.
Well, then what are they going to do? What do you mean?
Pay it to you in Bitcoin.
Wait, so that's how I can earn Bitcoin?
There you go.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I don't even have to buy it on one of those apps or anything.
I know, right?
That's cool.
Hey, guess what?
What?
The company wants you to reach your ROI as quickly as possible. So what they've done is they've set it up to where when you actually introduce this to 3 different people that see what you see, you get $300, right?
Well, 1, 2, yeah, I do.
So guess what? Yours is free.
How's that? Oh,
because you got your ROI back.
Wait, what's ROI mean, Kris?
Return on investment, brother.
Boom. That's pretty cool.
Now, let's talk about these CAB bonuses or customer acquisition bonuses.
Okay. What's that?
Kryptogenics, they got in their virtual office conference room and they sat around the table and they had these little light bulbs go off over their head. And then it went off over each one of their heads about the same time. And what that was they realized that in order for this company to last, right, for it to be solid, for it to be transparent, for it to be something that's going to be around for years, they had to have one thing. Can you guess what that one thing was?
I mean, any business you have to have customers, buddy.
Absolutely. So they took
Was that right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
So they took after the model of Walmart, and Walmart loves their customers.
Oh man, they really love their customers.
They love their customers.
They really do.
Constantly marking stuff down and practically giving it away.
Man, so, they love their customers. Love.
What KGX decided to do for their customers, or
what?
for bringing customers, I should say. And they're going to give you $25 every time a customer signs up.
Wait a second. That's cool. Well, okay.
On top of that, $100.
Wait a second. So I get $125.
Absolutely.
For signing up a customer.
Yes, sir.
But okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Well, I love customers so much, Joe, and I can tell that you've got a few customers in your head already. I saw the calculator in your head going off with those 25s. So what I want to tell you is that for every 10 customers you get, that's going to be an additional $250.
Yeah, because I got 10 times 25, 250. Yeah, I know. I can do math, buddy.
No, bro. An additional $250.
Wait. On top of that?
Yes,
so
sir.
Instead of getting 250, it'd be like I'm getting 500.
Yes, sir. You know what I call that?
I don't know. What do you call that, Chris?
Date night.
There you go, buddy. Date night.
Date night,
What else
brother.
you got for me here, bud?
Well, I want to talk to you about this great big yellow 2 on the screen, okay?
Yes.
Yellow 2 on the screen, basically what it's saying is, remember that one on the right and one on the left? Those
Bobby and Susie.
Yeah. Bobby and Susie. Yeah. All right. Well, when you do Bobby and Susie, you are qualified for life. But more importantly, Joe, you're only building 2 teams. You're going to put everybody else under Bobby and Susie.
Okay.
That makes it a lot easier, don't you think?
I guess. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think you need to explain that to me a little bit.
All right. I'm going to. This is what it looks like, Joe. You're at the top right here. And we have something called auto placement instead of spillover in our business. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know what spillover is.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what auto placement is and how this works.
Okay.
You've got Bobby and Susie. Bobby's on the left. Susie's on the right. Okay. And you're working on the right now. All right. So you put, you put Susie over here on the right, and then you put 2 more people in. But you were talking to this other guy named Jeff, and Jeff was kind of hemming and hawing. He said, "Let him check it out." He's a blue, right? And so you had to have all the information. And he calls you back and he says, "I'm ready to go. Put me in." So you do. Okay. You put him in underneath those other 3 people that you've already sponsored, right?
Okay.
Now, what's going to happen here is something really unique, okay? The person above Jeff is going to get really excited because you just put somebody in their business and they didn't sponsor them. You did, okay? Now,
why'd I do that?
Well, because you want to help your team grow, bro. And you're only building 2 teams. Remember, you got to put them somewhere.
Oh, okay.
See?
Well, but now I'm going to lose all that, though, aren't
I? No. Because, see, the person that you put Jeff under is going to reap the benefits financially from Jeff. But not only is that person going to reap, the 2 people above that person and you are all going to get a point. We'll talk about points in just a second and what those look like. But that's pretty cool, right? Everybody wins.
Well, and it looks like these people probably help each other, too, wouldn't they?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So you really are building a team.
Mm-hmm. So now Jeff has 2 people helping him.
Yeah, I like that.
He's got the one above him and you. Yeah. That's kind of like having 2 sponsors. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. A
Joe,
fork.
Do you know what a fork is?
Chris, come on, buddy. Of course, I own a restaurant. Of course I know what a fork is.
Well, it's not the kind you eat with, brother.
Well, what do you mean? Is it like what do you mean?
It's not the kind you eat with?
What kind of fork is it then?
Well, it's the kind that
like a fork in the road?
Well, no. Basically, what you have to do, bro, is you have to think about something splitting or making 2 of something.
Okay.
And so when that happens, you get 2 for 1, right?
Okay, so it really is kind of like a fork in the road then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
just like a fork in the road.
Okay, and then now that we explained what this fork is, what's that matter?
Okay, well, let's pretend that you've got a KGX coin in your hand. Okay.
Okay.
And when it forked, it made a KGX 1 coin. So now you got one of each in your hand.
Oh, because it split.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's like a stock split.
Absolutely. And this is really important, and I'm going to show you why right now. Remember in the Kryptonary, I told you that you accumulate these things called points, right? Remember in that example, everybody above Jeff got a point?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to get a point for every person that comes in your business, either on the right or the left. And what's going to happen is every time you hit 3 sales, you're going to knock out a pay step. Now, this pay step is going to pay you $25. It's just extra money. Is that okay?
Yeah, extra money's good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what happened when this fork happened, instead of it kicking out a $25 payment to you, it's going to kick out a $50 payment to you. Are you okay with $25 extra?
Hey, man, that sounds great to me. So instead of getting $25 for every 3 points, I'm going to get $50 for every 3 points during a fork. Okay. Now, let me ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that just on the people that I put in, or is that on people that, like, we had put Jeff in that auto placement thing earlier?
Correct.
Now, what about when he puts somebody in?
Well, guess
what?
Do I get one of those points? Get points too.
Okay.
Cool, right?
Right. How do I qualify for this, though?
I'm glad you asked. I was fixing to tell you. The only thing you have to do to qualify for this fork every week is you have to personally sponsor someone, and or someone that you personally sponsored has to participate in the mining rig purchases. Okay? And I know you don't know what mining rigs are right now, but we'll talk about that later.
I have to make one sale every week to qualify for the fork.
Absolutely.
Or not one sale every week, but one sale in the week that the fork's going on, correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
All right, cool. I think I got this now.
All right. So let's talk about this Kryptonary for a second. I want to make sure that you really do understand this. This is your
I'm getting pretty close, but I still kind of foggy here.
Right. You got Bobby and Sue, okay?
Yeah.
And then
that's 1-1.
Let's talk about putting in Jeff. So we're going to put Jeff in under Sue again, okay?
Okay.
Now count them. Bobby's 1,
3.
Sue's 1, Jeff's 1, 3.
Right.
Okay. Now you personally put Jeff in, so you qualify for the personally sponsored.
Okay.
So now you're going to get $50. 3 points.
Oh, because I qualified by putting Jeff in.
And
there's a fork that week.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, cool.
Okay, now I'm qualified for life, though, by just putting Bobby and Susie in up top, right?
Absolutely.
Just making sure.
Absolutely. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Now, get your pen and paper out for a second and start adding up this stuff. Does this not look like it's making a whole lot of money?
Yeah, it looks like that, man. That's a lot to keep track of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me explain these 50/25s for you, okay?
Okay.
Now, if you qualify this week for each one of these, you get $50. If you do not qualify, you are going to default back to the $25, okay?
Right.
So this money adds up really quickly, and I would really encourage you to try to qualify every week.
Well, I would too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's nice. I like that.
Let me tell you about the Kryptonary when it forked. On May 18th of this year, 2018, I got forked for the first time, okay? And what that looked like was $100 instead of $25 every pay step. So for everybody that I had, for every 3 points that I had in my business, I got paid out $100 instead of 25. That's pretty cool, right?
That is cool. Yeah.
So you're probably wondering, Joe, okay, well, if he got paid $100 in May, but they're saying 50, where's the discrepancy between the 50 and the 100, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering.
Okay.
I don't get it. That's what I was asking.
All right, perfect. Well, this is why we don't say 100. We have no way of being able to predict the volume that's going to happen in cryptogenics. So what happens is the cryptogenics, we know that there's going to be enough for that $50 fork, okay?
Right.
And we're probably fairly certain that it's going to be enough to get close to the 100, but it may not. But let's just say that we didn't hit it this week. We only hit 80.
Okay.
And we send you 80 instead of 50, but we told you 100. Now, if we told you 100, you're going to be mad because you're $20 short, right?
Well, yeah, that's true, Chris.
Okay, but if
That's
we told you 50 and we sent you 80, you're going to be dancing in the street, right?
Well, of course. I'll be a lot happier.
All right. Now we're talking.
So I see what you're saying. You just don't want me to get mad by saying it's going to be this much and not be that much.
Yes,
You'd rather keep me happy.
I want to keep you happy. That's exactly right.
Because you love your customers, right?
That's right. And I'm fixing to make you happier. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
What else?
Well, we all have that one marketer, that one super marketer that we know that everything they touch turns to gold.
Yeah, I got that one buddy. He sells those protein shakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you what, this he's doing real well with it. Like he's got a nice life.
He's knocking it out the park.
Yeah, he is.
All right, perfect.
Boom.
We need to show him Kryptogenics. And when you do, Joe, what's going to happen is you're going to create yourself a nice little 10% income off of that one person.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because you brought him in and you personally sponsored him as a promoter. So now the company is going to reward you by giving you 10% of everything he does.
Wait a second. Okay, so I'm bringing him as a promoter. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call him Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So I signed Paul up.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be a promoter, so I make $100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I also make a point, and when I get 3 points, I get minimum 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then if there's a fork, and since I signed him up that week, and there's a fork, I could make more money.
Right.
And then I'm also going to get 10% of everybody that he signs up.
Well, not exactly, because if that week is a fork week, which they've all been fork weeks for a while now, instead of 10%, they're going to give you 20%.
Well, wait a second. They're going to give me 20 cents?
20%. Yes, sir.
Hey, I got another question, though, Chris.
Okay.
Do I get a point for all those people he signs up to?
Uh-huh.
In my 3 points?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right?
So are you just throwing money at me, Chris?
Well, Joe, you're probably going to think that because I'm about to give you a little bit of bad news.
I figured.
Mm-hmm.
What's the bad news, Chris?
We have a $50,000 cap.
Okay, so I can only make like $50,000 a year doing this or something?
No, sir.
What do you mean?
It's $50,000 a week.
I can make $50,000 a week.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I'm allowed to make that much.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You know what, Chris? I'm just fine with it. Let's just skip over this. I don't even need to know about this.
Well, let me tell you about this a little bit, okay? Now, the lawyer said, hey, y'all got to put the brakes on. You can't give away the farm. You got to protect the business. So we need a $50,000 a week cap.
Well, that makes sense.
5 said, that's kind of like feeding people cake without icing.
Man, I want the sprinkles on top of the icing.
Right?
So I don't want just some plain cake.
I know. So they put their heads together and they thought, how in the world can we fix this? So they came up with this solution. They put the icing back on the cake by doing this right here. If you reach your $50,000 cap 2 weeks consecutively, they're going to give you another position in Kryptogenics above your largest position.
So wait a second. If I make $50,000 week 1, $50,000 week 2, that's $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to let me have another position?
Yes, sir.
So like I get to build Bobby and Susie again. I get to build another team. Is that what you're telling me?
You get to build another team, but it's not going to be Bobby and Susie. Only this time it's going to be Bobby or Susie.
Oh, so I get one more spot over.
Right.
So it's kind of like that.
This.
Instead of that, it's like that.
Yep.
Kind of like a tripod.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I have to use that on my smaller team? Because I know we focus on one.
That's on your biggest team, and additionally, you get to opportunity to make another $50,000 a week.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I agree with you.
That's incredible, Chris. What else you got up here for me?
Well, with just one click, Joe, you are going to change the lives of your family and yourself and all of the friends that you have out there. Okay,
well, buddy, I'm clicking right here.
I understand. Believe me. So we have this little thing called an income disclaimer, and it keeps our attorneys happy when we read this. So we're going to read
keep them happy.
Word for word, and we ask you to bear with us till the end, please. Our new opportunity with minimal data. The KGX compensation plan is an exciting opportunity that rewards you for selling products and services and for sponsoring other participants who do the same. Although the opportunity is unlimited, individual results will vary depending on the commitment levels and sales skills of each participant. Now, since KGS is only recently launched, it lacks enough statistical data to prepare reliable income disclosures. Based on our industry standards and our company projections, the annual average gross income for affiliates is projected to be somewhere between $250 and $2,000. There will be certainly many participants who make less and many who make more. Now, no income claims were allowed. If any income projection has been presented to you prior to your enrollment, such projections are not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that you can or will earn through your participation in the compensation plan. These income projections should not be considered as guarantees or projections of your actual earnings or profits. Now, Joe, the most important paragraph here is the next one. Would you do the honor, please?
Yes, I will. Your success depends on you. We're excited about the KryptoGenics compensation plan. We are confident and will provide you a solid foundation to help you achieve your financial goals. Your success with KryptoGenics results only from hard work, dedication, belief, passion, commitment, persistence, leadership, and above all, luck. You can never have too much luck. You never know.
Don't discount that luck.
Yeah. And what we do need to let everyone know too that's on here, only company approved presentation materials are allowed. And what that means is you can't do this on your own and change it up. Real simple. Got to go through compliance. That's not people being mean. That's just compliance issues. You got to talk to the lawyers.
And ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, we pay a lot of money to these compliance attorneys and consultants, and we would appreciate if everyone would just follow the rules. It keeps everything clean, nice, and everybody on the same page. Joe and I would both like to really thank all of you for coming today. Again, if it's your morning, your afternoon, or your evening, we appreciate the time that you've taken out of your day to get in front of this information. We encourage you to get back with the person who brought you here or sent you here and get all of your questions answered. Now, if for some reason they can't answer your questions, please reach up to a Pinnacle leader and or a Core 5 member and get those questions answered today so that you can get started. And additionally, we just want to welcome each and every one of you to the family. Thank you again, and have a great day.
Have a great good morning, good evening, and good night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.